Yesterday, I posted a video entitled An Apology, and it was never intended to go on YouTube. It's something I put on Facebook, because on Saturday, I updated my status with a bit of a jokey comment, and one woman took it the wrong way, and rather than trying to understand that I was having a joke, I wasn't trying to be offensive, she absolutely lost her fucking shit, called me everything under the sun, and everyone who was trying to comment saying that she might have overreacted, she was giving it back to them, and in the end said fuck you and left the discussion, because nothing says you're winning an argument like shouting fuck off and storming out. But it's got me thinking on how easily some people are offended these days. I mean, if you can't handle a word on a Facebook status update, how the fuck do people like that function in normal society? Well, the answer's obvious. They don't. They just sit there in the corner of their room, staring at the screen, waiting to be offended, with a blanket over their head, fucking crying because the world isn't nice enough to them. And it's got me thinking of how it seems to be getting worse. I've got a few examples. About 15 years ago, I was a youth worker. That is remarkable, I know. Someone thought I was a suitable role model for young people at the time. And I was at the youth centre, and some local council type turned up, some pen-pushing cunt with nothing better to do, the sort of person who works for the council because no one else will employ them. The person who takes all of your hard-earned taxes and finds the stupidest and quickest way to piss them away. Anyway, he was talking to one of our young people, because when you're a youth worker, you have to say young people, not kids. You have to say it in as patronising a tone as possible. But he spoke to one of our young people who was a mixed race girl, except she didn't call herself mixed race. She says, I'm half caste. And he got really offended and started going, oh, that's racially offensive, and basically started accusing a 14-year-old girl of being racist to herself. And when he calmed down, he spoke to me, thinking I gave a fuck about his opinion, and went, it's so sad that she has internalized society's inherent racism. And if you're a moaning fucker with nothing better to do with your time, start using terms like society and institutionalised, because they are your get out of jail free cards. Now, for example, I'm left-handed. I could moan that it's hard for me as a left-handed person in a right-handed society, and if someone asks me for an example, I go, oh, it's just institutionalised. It's institutionalised, because then I'm not naming a specific person, I'm just blaming everyone, and somehow that never gets fucking questioned. That always works. On that also, I'm being a lefty. If you use the word sinister, because I'm going to be a fucking victim as well, the word sinister has negative connotations to left-handed people, as it refers to witchcraft and devil worship. So now, if you use sinister, I'm going to fucking cry that you called me a witch and demand that you're shot. Anyway, the next example, we go forward to about 5 years ago, when someone was online writing a blog, which remarkably I was reading, because a blog for most people is just shouting your innermost thoughts at the fucking night sky. And it was someone complaining that they'd heard someone using extremely racist language in public. And as much as I find that unpleasant when people are racist or sexist or homophobic or whatever it is they want to be, those people who are so fucking stupid that they neither know nor care what other people think of their vile opinions, it's great they voice them in public, because it lets normal people avoid conversing with them. We know they're fucking stupid. So let's roll it up to this year, and this year just seems to be the year where everyone's got to be offended, everyone's got to be a fucking victim. And it refers to a YouTube video, and I'm not going to name the YouTuber, but it's a trans woman. And I want to stress straight away, this is not anti-trans in any way. I've got trans friends myself. This is just an example of someone trying so hard to be offended and to make out that they're oppressed and they're a victim. And it's this trans woman says that most heterosexual men are transphobic because they don't want to have a relationship, ready, for a woman with a penis. Now let that sink in for a minute. Now, first of all, there are plenty of men who are well into that. I think most of Thailand's economy is propped up by men who want to go out with women who've got cocks. But as a straight guy, if I'm looking for something that I find attractive in a sexual partner, not having a dick is right up there. And I'm not trying to be biased or offensive, it's just the way I'm fucking wired up. And if we turn it on its head to show how fucking ridiculous it is, to show how much of a victim this trans woman isn't, this is the same as me going, well, I can't believe that Scarlett Johansson doesn't want to have sex with me, because that's what it is. It's being offended because someone doesn't want to shag you. So I can go, oh, Scarlett Johansson, she doesn't like fucking fat, bald, middle-aged blokes who work in factories in Stoke-on-Trent. What a fucking bitch. I can't believe how oppressed I am. Except, of course, I won't do that because I'm a fucking adult. That's it. That's my video about being oppressed and being offended by everything. Just fucking don't. Tomorrow I'm going to start talking about my holiday, as long as no one pisses me off online.